Welcome to a new video, everybody. Today we're going to be installing an oil catch can in the Optima. Let's go ahead and take a look at everything that came with this kit and see what we'll need to do to get it installed. Alrighty, so here's everything that comes inside of this kit. We've got the oil catch can. Now this is a baffled oil catch can. It has a little dipstick on the top there. And this one was actually a little strange to me because you can take out this top part and attach a filter here, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that. We've got 3 different sizes of valves that are going to be used for the inlet and the outlet of the catch can. Sorry, that's in and that's out. Some Allen wrenches because there's a few bolts and stuff that we're going to use to fasten this to the bracket. Some hose clamps. We did get some pretty actually nice hose to use with this. Some of the other catch can kits that I saw, the hose was really subpar and people were saying it was breaking and springing leaks right away. So I'm glad that we got that. We've got an O-ring to replace the inside O-ring here if that one gets worn out, and some other O-rings. We've actually got one, I think, already on there. That's going to go on the threads of the valves, and some Teflon tape that we're also going to put on the threads just so we can get a really good seal. Now, this bracket, I wasn't really able to find a good configuration under the hood to use this with, so I went ahead and bought one especially for the Optima. This should fit like the 2016 to 2020 models really well. And then I actually had to drill one hole there towards the bottom. You'll see once I put it all together, it'll make a little more sense. Yeah, so that's everything that we got in the kits, so let's go ahead and get it installed. For the first part of the install, we need to access the PCV valve. So we need to take off this engine cover, lifts right off, and your PCV valve is located right here. That's the inlet, and then there is the outlet. So the catch can needs to go in between the in and out, which is basically going to be right in this area right here. Alrighty, so here's where the catch can is going to sit. There's enough room on the bottom for us to be able to unscrew it and empty it out. Now we're going to take this hose off, and a weird thing about this hose right here that goes to this PCV valve, it starts off here rather small at, I believe, 3/8 of an inch, and then when it gets here to the outlet part of it, it actually stretches to a 1/2 inch. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the hose that came with the catch can kit for the intake right here, which I believe it's also 3/8. It looked pretty much the same. And then I went ahead and picked up some 1/2 inch that we're going to use for the outlet to right here from AutoZone. I got like 2 feet for $8. We're definitely not going to need 2 feet. You want to keep the hoses as short as possible. The less hose length is the less pressure that your engine is going to have to use to push all that air through there. So you want to make the hoses as short as possible. So yeah, but I went ahead and picked up some extra just in case we need to make any modifications or have any miscuts or anything. So let's go ahead and get our valves ready and the hose as well. To remove the hose, we just need to squeeze these little clamps here. There's one behind that little shield right there. And what you want to do is actually kind of twist the hose. You don't want to yank or pull in one direction because this valve is actually kind of brittle, and I've heard it's quite expensive and hard to replace. Okay, so I think I've actually decided instead of using the 1/2 inch hose, I'm going to use this for the outlet and kind of curve it around like that. Now, usually you don't want to make a lot of bends, but I think because this is so short, we won't have any issues. And then we'll use the other bit of hose to go to the intake here. When putting the tape on these valves, you want to make sure that you're actually going sort of backwards. So we're going to be putting the valve in this way, like we have that other one there. So you want to make sure that you flip it over and attach that tape around here so that when you actually go to screw it in, this tape doesn't unthread. This and the O-ring there that we've put on is actually going to help form a nice airtight seal. And that is it. The catch can is installed. Now the only thing left to do is start the engine up, make sure we don't have any error codes, and try to listen and see if there's any leaks in any of the lines, and we'll tighten those clamps up. Everything out here seems to be fine. I don't feel any leaks or any weird stuff going on with the hoses. And we aren't getting any error codes on the inside either, which means we did a good job. Now, some of you may be wondering why use a catch can. So it's basically a filtration system that's going to catch the oil blow-by that comes out of this PCV valve, and it would recirculate right back into the engine and cause all kinds of nasty carbon deposits and carbon buildup, but we're trapping it in here, something that we can actually empty, and then all the good air is actually being recirculated into the engine. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking out the video. If you have any questions about the install or the catch can, let me know in the comments. I'll be leaving a link in the description below if you want to pick up one of these catch cans for yourself. Again, thanks so much for stopping by and checking out the video. I hope to see you in my next one.